So what we will discuss here is, first we will discuss distance formula, how to find the distance. Then next we will discuss about the section formula. Section formula is for division of a line. Then the third case, or before section formula, we will discuss about centroid of triangle. And the last one, we will discuss about area of triangle. So it's so simple, not much things are there. So let's begin with the distance formula. Number one. Now let us discuss about the coordinate axis. So we know that there is x-axis, there is y-axis, and this is 0, 0, that is center of the axis is O, and let's say we are having 2 points. Point 1 is P and another point is there which is Q, and let the coordinates of point 1 P is x1, y1, and coordinates of point Q is x2, y2, and we want to find the distance between these 2 points, and that you can find out by distance formula. So I will write here distance PQ, you will write by this formula, that is equal to, first you take x coordinates, that is x2 minus x1, this is x2 minus x1, the whole square, then plus difference in the y coordinate, that is y2 minus y1 the whole square. This is one formula that you have to remember. Or you can, instead of x2 minus x1, you can write x1 minus x2 the whole square also, plus y1 minus y2. Both formulas are okay. It doesn't make any changes if you interchange this x1 to x2 or x2 to x1 and so on. So this is the formula for the distance. You remember any one, and that will do your work. This is the formula for the distance. And one more thing is that along with this, you can remember this formula like this also. Instead of PQ, I will write PQ square. PQ square will be equal to x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 square. So this formula is also used. The first formula and the second formula is same, because I have squared on the left hand side and squared on the right hand side. So square of square root will become like this, that square root will vanish. So first two formulas are same. That is one thing. Then, so under distance formula, I will write this as one formula, this as second formula, and there is one more formula, third formula. This was distance between the 2 points if the coordinates are x1, y1, x2, y2. There can be one more case like this. This is O, 0, 0, and this is point P, x, y are the coordinates of point P. If the distance is from point P to the origin of the coordinate axis, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. In such case, if one point is origin, in such case what you have to do is the distance OP from O to P it is straight square root of x square plus y square, because when you put here 0, 0, it will be straight x2 square and plus y2 square. So here in place of x2, y2, there is xy. So this distance OP.
So we can use any one.
No, each formula is separate for separate applications. Okay, if you don't remember this, when you put x1, y1 as 0, 0, you will get the same formula. So there is also no problem. But there can be three types of cases while solving the problem, so that this can be used directly, and all these formulas, second and third one, are based on the first formula only. Is it okay? Is there anything? Can you practice these formulas, write them 5 times, 10 times, again and again without looking, and come for the next class? I hope you will do this. At least this first formula. This is the sub formula of the first one. I hope you will do that.
Sir, can you explain the third one again?
Third one, yes.
With example.
Yeah, I will. See, we want to find distance OP. And the formula for a distance, that is first distance formula, is like this. Square root of, I will put again the first formula, x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Here, instead of x1 comma y1, what is there? x1 comma y1 was this. Instead of p, we are having o. That is x1 y1 is 0 comma 0. And instead of x2 y2, here as per this formula, x2 y2 is here. So x2 y2 is nothing but x and y. So this distance OP, this one, will be equal to square root of x2 is x minus x1 is 0. This is whole square plus y2 is y minus y1 is 0. This is again whole square. So this will be x square plus y square, because x plus 0 will be equal to x. So this is how I get the formula directly, distance OP, if one point is origin, that is 0, 0. Is this okay now? Come on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, very good. So these are regarding the distance formula. Remembering first formula is compulsory. Remembering further two formulas are optional. Without them, you can solve the problems. But if you remember them, you will use them directly for solving the problems. Then comes the section formula. The second formula is section formula. Section meaning something that is dividing into parts, that is called section. And I will explain that here. Let's consider there is a line, and the extreme point of this line A and B, and let point A be x1 comma y1, and let point B be x2 comma y2. These are the coordinates of point B and coordinates of point A. And then these are divided into two parts. The line is divided into two parts by a point P, and let this point be x comma y. And by what ratio it is divided? It is divided by ratio called as m1 is to m2. What do you mean by ratio? Have you heard about the dividing the properties among the 2 or 3 brothers? So when divided equally among 2, what you will get is one person will get half, another person will get half. If it is divided into 3 parts, one person will get 1/3, second person will get 1/3, third person will get 1/3. If suppose it is divided into 2 parts, one brother is getting 2 parts and one brother is getting only 1 part. So this will be 2/3 and this will be 1/3. And 2:3 is 1 ratio, 1:3 is 1 ratio. Here 1:2 is another ratio. Instead of writing in this form, it is written as 1:2 over here, 1:3 over here, and here this is 2:3 and this is 1:3. So these are called as ratios. This is how ratio is represented. In another fashion, ratio also represented in this fashion. So sharing of the property in businesses, sharing of the profits, they are also based on the ratios. So आम्ही कोंकणीन रेशो वाटे म्हणटा, वाटे कितले वाटे कोणाक मेळटा, that is called as a ratio. So let us understand that if there is a line AB or a chord AB which is divided by point P in the ratio m1:m2. Let's say suppose we had the line the chord AB and it is divided into 3 parts, and this point P is dividing this into 1 and this into 2, because 3 equal parts are there, then this becomes 1, 1, then 1. So 1 plus 1 will be 2 from here to here, and there will be 1 from here to here. So this ratio is called 2:1. Similarly, what is this ratio? Please tell me. For the general problem, what is this ratio?
M1 upon M2.
Yes, M1 upon M2 or M1:M2. It's both the same, or M1 upon M2. In the problems, you may be given in this fashion or also in this fashion. And in the answer, you have to write it maybe in this fashion or in this fashion. Both are correct. Both are correct. And now let us come to the section formula after understanding this. Here, you want to find the coordinates of point P. So here to find coordinates of point P, and coordinates of point P is x, y. So this you have to find out. And what are the things given? There are 3 things given. Number 1, ratio is given, and this ratio is m1:m2. Then second, point A is given as x1, y1, and the third thing given is point B, which is having coordinate as x2, y2. If these 3 things are given, and if you are required to find the coordinates to the point P, which divides the segment into 2 parts in the ratio m1:m2, then what is the formula? Formula is simple, and I will tell you how to remember it also. Formula is like this: P x, y is given as the coordinates of 2. What are these 2 coordinates? Here it is the ratio. In the denominator, it is equal to sum of m1 and m2. So in both the cases, denominator is m1 plus m2 and numerator is m1 plus something plus m2. You write initially like this: m1 sum gap plus M2 some gap. And I will tell you what is to be filled in this gap. Here, M1, then you write X2, 1 and 2. Mx is there, M is 1 and X is 2. And here, along with M2, you will write X1. So 2 is here, then X will be here. Similarly, for Y, can you tell me what will go along with M1?
Y1.
Y2.
Y2.
Y2. And along with M2?
Y1.
Y1, right. So this is the formula and this is how you have to remember. Px comma y is equal to 2 coordinates again, and denominator of this coordinate is m1 plus m2 in both cases, and numerator is m1 dash plus m2 dash, m1 dash plus m2 dash. Here first x2, second x1, here first y2, second y1. This is how you have to
Sir,
remember.
we have to find this. We have to use this formula when we have to find the value of x and y, no?
Right. When you have to find the value of x and y. This formula is also used for, now I will tell you the uses. So uses of this formula. As you have rightly told that this is used to find x comma y. The second thing is this is used to find m1 is to m2. This formula is also used to find x1 comma y1 if x and y is given. This also can be used to find x2 y2 if x comma y is given. So there are 4 uses of this formula. So problem can be anything to find, but formula will be same. Is it okay? Come on. Any question here? You have to remember this
No,
formula.
sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, this formula you have to remember. So far, these 3 formulas, and this is the 4th one. And then I will tell you one more formula, sub formula from this. So this is 1. In second, there can be a problem. When there is a problem to find the ratio of division, then there is one more formula which is the same as the first one, little difference. Assume m1 is to m2 is equal to k is to 1. So when you assume this ratio as k is to 1, you have to find only unknown, that is k, and problem will become simple. And in that case, whenever you are asked to find the ratio, straight away go for one more formula that I will tell you now. With that, your problem will be solved quickly. If you use this first formula, then you will go into the long procedure and you may not land to the correct answer also. So follow this to find the ratio. Though I have told you this formula can be used to find m1 is to m2, but don't go for this method. You go for the second method or second formula that I am telling you now. So for that, what will happen? The formula is px comma y. Wherever there is m1, you put k. Wherever there is m2, you put k. Wherever there is m2, you put 1. m1 you put k, m2 you put 1. So what will be there in the denominator? Tell me. m1 plus m2. Will it be k plus 1?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Instead of m1, I have put k. Instead of m2, I have put 1. Because I have assumed the ratio as k is to 1. And similarly, here also, instead of m1 plus m2, I will write k plus 1. And in a numerator, wherever there is m1, I will put k. Wherever there is m2, I will put 1. So this will be kx2 plus x1 because m2 is 1. And this is ky2 plus y1. So this is another formula that you have to remember. It is simplified formula of formula number 1. Only thing I have replaced, wherever there is m1, I have put k, and whenever there is m2, I have put 1, because I have assumed the ratio as k is to 1. So will you able to remember this formula also?
Sir, we can
Yes or
use
no?
this only when to find k, right?
Is there any question in this, understanding this?
Sir, I have a doubt.
If you are not understood also, no problem. Only tell me whether you will be able to remember this formula.
Ex-
So I will write a note here. If ratio is asked, use formula 2. And if ratio is given, but not asked, use formula 1.
So we'll solve the problems tomorrow, no, sir?
Yeah, that time you will get more convinced. At right now, you just memorize these formulas and come. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Then I will give you third sub formula over here. And that is very easy. And third formula is like this. If point P is midpoint of A and B, midpoint of AB, because we are having the line or the chord here as AB, and A is x1 comma y1, same thing as we had done in the first case. X2 comma y2 is there, and if point P x comma y is the midpoint, this is midpoint.
So AP square is equal to plus PB square is equal to AB square, no, sir?
No, let me complete this. The ratio is 1:1, right? If the midpoint is there, then left hand side distance and right hand side distance will be same, no? So the ratio will be
Yes, sir.
1:1.
Yes, sir.
So if ratio is 1:1, what will happen to this formula? M1 is 1, M2 is 1. Here, M1 is 1, M2 is also 1. So numerator will be X2 plus X1 or X1 plus X2. So numerator, so point P, X comma Y will be equal to, numerator will be X1 plus X2 divided by 1 plus 1, that is 2. And here it is Y1 plus Y2 divided by 2. Sometime you may be asked to calculate the midpoint of a given segment. So you can write this formula straight away, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2, because here it has come from this formula only, where m1 and m2 each are 1. So that will be x1 plus x2, and 1 plus 1 will be 2. So straight away it is x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So this is the third formula you have to remember. But
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
So when the ratios of M1 and M2 is given as 2 and 3, then which formula we have to use? So
first
we have
formula.
to,
First
we have
formula.
to, and so if 1 and 1 is given, then only if the ratios are equal, then we have to use this formula.
Yes. So if ratios are equal, use this formula. I'm writing it here for you. If the ratios are equal, then use this formula. Here you see the difference. This is a general formula. In that you use this every time, except when the ratio is asked. This formula you use when the ratio is given. When the ratio is asked, use this formula. And when ratios are equal, then use this formula. That's all. Okay, you will get convinced more when I solve more problems. Then we will go for the third part. The third part is to find the centroid of a triangle. This is just an additional because this is from the previous class. This you just remember because sometimes problem may be coming from centroid. And centroid meaning what? If the triangle is there and you bisect each one and join with its opposite vertices, this is called centroid G. And centroid G, x comma y, and if these points are P, x1 comma y1, this is Q, x2 comma y2, this is R, x3 comma y3. If this thing is there, then G, x comma y, coordinates of the centroid, this G is centroid, and their coordinates are simple: x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, and this side it will be y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. It's simple to remember the centroid. This is just an additional because problems on centroid can be asked, then you can remember this. So these are equal, these two sides are equal, and these two parts are equal, and here we get centroid. And the last formula, that is area of triangle. The fourth part is area of triangle. So always you remember, you will get problem based on section formula, a distance formula, some problems on section formula, and some problems based on the area of triangle. So let us find out area of triangle formula. And this is also a long formula, but I will tell you the tricks to remember this formula. Again, let us assume that this is a triangle PQR. And let us assume that it has got coordinates as x1 comma y1. Here this is x2 comma y2, and this is x3 comma y3. These are the three coordinates of a triangle. And in these three coordinates of a triangle, if you want to find the area of the triangle, so area of triangle PQR is given by the formula. First it is half, then start with x1 and some bracket plus x2 and some bracket plus x3 and another bracket and close the bigger bracket or the square bracket. So let's see what is to be written in this. When this is x1, so first of all you write y and y minus y. Here again y minus y. Here also y minus y. And now you just see, this is x1, this is y2, this is y3. So 1, 2, 3 should happen like this. This is x2, after 2 comes 3, and after 3 if we go back it will come 1. Then you start with 3, then you go to 1, go to 2. This is how you have to write the formula. I will repeat. It is half into x1 into some bracket plus x2 into some bracket plus x3 into some bracket, and in bracket you write y minus y, y minus y, y minus y. This starts with 1 here, then goes to 2, then here is 3. Starts with 2, then 3, then 1. Start with 3, then 1, then 2. This is how you have to remember this formula for area of triangle. And this is the final formula. And in this also, there is one sub formula that is simple to remember. This is giving you the area of a triangle. Do you know what is collinearity of 3 points? Anybody knows? Then please tell me what is collinearity of 3 points. So when you say 3 points are collinear, it means they are in the same line. They are on same line. Meaning what? If 3 points are there, one is P, another one is Q, another one is R, and P is x1 comma y1, Q is x2 comma y2, and R is x3 comma y3. If these 3 points are there, then what is the area of these 3 points? Can you tell me?
Sir, we have to remove only the half signature, sir. And then
The area inside this 3 point is 0, no? Area is 0.
yes, sir. So
means
product of the area is 0, sir.
yes. So it is area of triangle PQR equal to 0. In that case, we can write this as half into x1 into y2 minus y1 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. This is equal to 0 because many times something or the other you have to find out.
Sir,
Points are
x1
given.
y2 minus y3, right?
Y2 minus y3, right?
Sir, we have to remove the signature of half, no, sir?
Yes, you then if these two you cross multiply, it will go towards the right hand side. Right. Perfect. Perfect. So whenever 3 points are given as collinear, you have to write this formula and solve whatever is asked. Or if you are asked to comment whether the 3 points given are collinear or not, to find whether they are collinear or not, you use this formula, area of triangle formula. And if the area turns out to be 0, then you say that 3 points are collinear. And if area does not turns up to be 0, then you say that they are not collinear. So only these things are there. Then some important points let me note down. Suppose, so some more points, I will say 5. Suppose you are asked to find area of quadrilateral. Quadrilateral has how many sides?
4 sides, sir.
4 sides. So a quadrilateral may be of any shape. This is a quadrilateral. And these points Px1 comma y1 is given, Qx2 y2 is given, Rx3 y3 is given, and yes, x4 y4 is given. Then if you find the area of quadrilateral, that will be equal to what? Area of two triangles? Area
Yes, sir,
of,
we have to find the,
yeah, quadrilateral PQRES is equal to area of triangle PQS plus area of triangle QRES. Yes. So this you have to use. Then there are second point. Find the type of quadrilateral. Find the type of quadrilateral. The first thing, it can be a square. Second thing, it can be a rectangle. So if it is square, then you will have to use distance formula. And after using distance formula, if distance of all four sides are equal, and
it will
the
become a right angle triangle, no, so then.
no, right angle triangle doesn't play any role here, because what will happen here, the coordinates are given. So what you have to use distance formula, number one, sides should be equal and diagonal should be equal. To prove that it is a square, diagonal should be equal. So by using distance formula, you have to see that, find all the sides and find two diagonals. In rectangle, first find length of opposite sides. And if the length of opposite sides are equal, and number two, diagonals are equal, then it is a rectangle. So we will solve these problems and then you will come to know better. So this is all about the formulas that you have to remember.
We at eLearning Career Academy are running classes for standard 9 and 10 in maths and science, and also for standard 11th and 12th in physics, chemistry, mathematics and biology in offline as well as online mode using memory techniques. Here are the links for joining these classes. These links are also given in the description of this video.